S.Y.S.M. Yo, back. Another episode of S.Y.S.M, man. I am your boy, JustWrite, and I am sitting here with a very special guest today, Mr. And forgive me if I pronounce it all the way wrong, man. Taliaferro. Did I get that right?
Taliaferro.
Taliaferro. I'm sorry.
It's all good.
I've been calling you TJ forever.
It's all good.
Taliaferro Sebastian.
Yes,
the
sir.
artist.
Yes,
Man,
sir.
what's up, man?
What's up, man? Yes, sir.
Appreciate you, bro.
Appreciate you having me, bro.
Yeah, man. I had to get you on here, man. You do a lot of great things, man, that we're going to find out through doing this show how much people really know about it. Because that's why I really wanted you on here. I want to try to do what I can to help you get out there even more, man, because the art and things that I see you do is amazing to me. And I'm going to tell you why. Before we get started, let me tell you why this is so near and dear to me. I admire artists so much, bro, because I wanted to know how. When I was a kid, I wanted to know how to draw so bad. Shout out to my best friend Andre Hudson, man. Dre Hut used to laugh at anything I did so bad, bro. That just made me give. I just couldn't.
Damn.
Because I'll be at home. I've been there, drew something. All I would ever draw that I thought I was getting good at was Black Bart Simpsons. So I would draw the Black Bart Simpson game of Shag or something. I think I shaded it. I think I did pretty good. Man, I take it and be like, man, check it out. Man, he be rolling like, you know, so like it's horrible every time. So I just
was it actually horrible, or he just thought it was trash?
I don't know. I didn't take the time to find out. Well, he was like the judge. Once he laughed too many times, bro, I was cool. So I gave up on it to the point that, like, you know, in high school and everything, you got to take some art.
Right.
Man, my senior, I avoided it all the way to my senior year. I had like another quarter I had to do. So I had to do it my senior year. Shout out Miss Daly. I begged her. Hope I don't get you in trouble if you still teach. I begged her to let me, just give me a B and let me be your A all quarter. Don't make me do anything. And secretly, it was because I really wanted to do it really good and I didn't feel like I could.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I didn't want to do no half-ass. I wanted to be sweet. And I couldn't, you know what I'm saying? Like, I felt like I was going to get laughed at, I guess. I don't know. That's just honest to God truth. That's how that happened. So, I always have admired artists. Like, you know what I'm saying? You doing exactly what I wish I could have did just to see something, to be able to draw it, paint it, whatever. That's amazing to me. And I know that we're all artists in our own way. You know what I mean? But how did you fall in love with art?
Oh, man. Fall in love with it?
Would you say you in love with it?
With art in general, and not necessarily just
not just
painting, or, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, for sure. Like anything that is an expression of yourself. Like, man, I love that, bro. I love when people can go in their head, whether it's a picture, a poem, a song, and just like express that. Because a lot of people, like, it takes a certain personality to do that. Because a lot of people shy, so. Yeah. I know people that can sing very well, but yeah, you know what I'm saying? Right, so I always admire, like, when people can do it in front of people. Like, that's how you know you really love it, bro. Right. You know what I'm saying? Because, like, you can love some shit behind closed doors and be like, yeah, I sing in the shower all day. You know what I'm saying? But you ain't going to do that shit in front of people.
Yeah, put a crowd in front of you, then you're mute.
Yeah, but, like, I've been doing art since I was, like, a kid, man. Like, a kid. And it wasn't never something that I thought I was going to do for a career path, you know what I'm saying? Because it came so easy to me.
Okay. So was there ever, you don't have like a moment when you knew like, I'm really good at this? Like even like maybe in class or something in comparison to.
Yeah. That was way early. That was like in elementary school.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, but even back then, it wasn't like I was drawing like portraits of people or nothing like that. It was like, oh damn, like I can draw Bugs Bunny without looking at it. Or I used to draw, my go-to was like the Chicago Bulls logo. That was my go-to. Like I practiced that, so I'd just be in class drawing that. And then it started, then it went to like Bugs Bunny and Mickey Mouse and then the Dragon Ball Z stuff. And like once I started doing that, I'm like, okay, it looks like it's supposed to look. Right. You know what I'm saying? But my stepbrother was an artist. Okay. He was like 5 years older than me, and when I was younger, man, I went to his house, and he had these pictures on the wall, going down in his basement. I think it was a Nefertiti, and I can't remember what the other one was, man. But I remember it was a Nefertiti, and I looked at it and I'm like,
something that he drew.
Yeah, he drew that. I'm like, what the fuck?
Right.
Like, but I was young, like
right.
7, 8 type shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
He like, yeah, I drew this, and then we went up to his room and like he started showing me little, cartoon characters. I think he drew me a Tasmanian devil, and I actually still have that picture hanging in my gallery today. You know what I'm saying? Right by my door where you go, and it's in a frame, in a gold frame, or whatever. And when he did that for me, it just made me want to keep drawing. And it's crazy because it was like kind of the opposite of yours. You know what I'm saying? Like he was like, okay, you kind of good, and that made me be like, all right, I'm gonna keep going with it. Yeah. But it was never something I was like, I'm gonna do this professionally. It was like, oh, well, I got this skill. You know what I'm saying? But at that time, it was like, I did a lot of shit.
Right.
Like
more than just drawing, you saying?
Yeah, like I played the saxophone for 7 years. I taught myself how to play the piano. Taught myself how to play the drums. My sister played clarinet. We was in a band, you know what I'm saying, in elementary. If anybody knows my family is singers. We sing, you know what I'm saying? So it was so many things that I knew how to do that. Like art was just like, okay, I can draw. It wasn't something that I thought was special. Because shit, if I feel like I can do everything, then over here is gonna take the back seat. Because it's like it's not something that I can look at and be like, I'm great at this. I looked at it like, well, I'm great at everything I do. You know what I'm saying? I just looked at it like it was just another notch of talent that I had. But at that age, it was confusing to me because I'm a person, like when I was a kid, and granted now, I completely understand the mindset that artists have. Right. As a kid, I was like, how is it possible that I'm sitting here drawing this water bottle and you sitting here drawing the same thing and mine's look like this and yours look like that and we're looking at the same thing? I didn't understand that at all.
That. How does that work?
Yeah, I didn't. You know what I'm saying?
How does that work now? Like, can you explain how that works now? You talking about
it's now it's a cognitive ability. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Because most people that know how to draw can do other things unless you were formally taught how to draw. Because you can be formally taught. If you don't know how to draw at all, they can teach you some basics. Draw your head, draw the line in the middle, the eyes go right here, and you can get that to start drawing a person. Right. But you may not have that creative that. You know what I'm saying? People that was born with have. You know what I'm saying? That's a completely different thing because you could tell when people are formally taught versus somebody who
who they just got it.
Yeah, who could just pull anything out the air and be like, yeah, I'm creating this. You know what I'm saying? Put the extra sauce in type shit.
Yeah. That's extremely interesting. So would you say that your stepbrother was a big inspiration for you wanting to just continue
for sure.
Take it further?
It started with him, and then surprisingly, my mom can draw.
Okay,
but
I'm not surprised.
Because my mom's a great singer.
Right, you said like all y'all is so artistic.
She's a great singer, but it's crazy because she did. She actually won a contest when she was younger. Okay. And she drew a picture of a lady, had a dress on or whatever, black and white picture. And she had to enter it in a contest. So she won the contest. She went to go get her prize and all of this. They didn't want to give it to her because they like, there's no way you did this and you this young. You know what I'm saying? No way you did this. And like, didn't give her the prize type shit. And that discouraged her from drawing. Right. So I'm like, and she told me that story, and I'm like, all right, ma, like, I don't know if you capping or what. Right. So then, I'm talking about this when I was young, so she ended up pulling out the picture that she drew. I was like, oh shit, this motherfucker dope. My mom like, what the fuck? Right. I took the picture, recreated the same picture, you know what I'm saying, and gave it to her. This is when I was a kid. I don't even know how old I was, man. I know I wasn't in middle school yet. I recreated the same picture and gave it to her. I hope she still got that. Right. The picture she drew when she was a kid? Yeah. Okay. She still had it. Okay. And you took it and recreated it. What did she say when you showed it to her? Oh, she loved it. Yeah. She loved it. Yeah. Like, and after then, she just kind of like started deboing me for my work. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, type shit. Like, I'm talking about, it's still some pictures she probably got to this day tucked off in the corner. She like, son, I'm going to just keep this and then hold on to it or whatever, and then I ain't never seen it again. Right.
You told me something.
In fact, I'm going to ask her about that shit.
That's hilarious, man. You told me something right before we got started. That's all you gotta say, because I gotta hear this story though. You said you didn't really know your first name like that until when?
Third grade.
Until third grade.
Third grade, bro.
How does that happen?
I was TJ, bro. That's all I knew was TJ. I'm TJ.
Right.
When we went to school, you know, when you when you first learning how to write your name, and they got the little handwriting sheets with your name in the block, and you gotta follow it. So you know, they get to me, put the sheet in front of me, and saying this long ass name, and I'm like, who is this?
Like me, right?
You know what I'm talking about? Bro, they literally had to like do a whole segment and teach me my name. I think it took like a week or so, and I'm like, what? So every day I came in, they had to ask me my name, and I'm like, I don't know, TJ. You know what I'm saying? And then I finally got it, and then I'm like, what the hell, bro? Taliaferro? What the fuck is this?
That is funny, bro.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, it's funny because they used to butcher my name. Like, everybody used to butcher my name. You know how when you go to school, first couple days of school, they go through the list, and you can raise your hand if you hear it, all that.
Right.
Man, I always knew when they got to my name, because they'd get down and be like, I can't pronounce this. And I'll just be in the back like, that's me. I can't even pronounce it, teacher. Right. That's me.
Just call me TJ. That's me though, for sure.
For sure.
That's hilarious, man.
And hold on, and a little history. I'm also the second. It's my father's name.
So you got the name from dad?
Yeah, I got it from my dad, and it's actually Booker T. Washington's middle name.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So a lot of people don't know that. And you probably wouldn't know that unless you actively search for what does the T mean in Booker T. Washington.
Right,
you know what I'm saying?
Say it again, Taliaferro.
Taliaferro, yeah.
Taliaferro. Got it. Taliaferro Sebastian. Got it. It's a dope name, honestly.
Appreciate you.
Did you think so when you first realized that's what it was?
Hell yeah.
Okay.
Hell, like when it really hit me, I'm like, oh, that sounds like an artist name right there.
It do. That's what I'm saying. I really thought that was like your artist name.
A lot of people do.
Yeah.
Man, this is chick I've been knowing for almost 20 years. Just found out that was my real name a few months ago, bro.
Wow.
Wow. That's
crazy. Took you till you was in third grade to know that it was.
Yeah, for sure.
It makes sense, man. Let me see. As far as the art goes, right? And let me ask you this: do you put art, because you said that you're multi-talented? You have a lot of different talents, right? Do you put the art at the forefront of all those talents now? Is it the most important thing to you? Is it what you want to do the most? Or?
Right now, because I mean, I'm making a living off of it.
I'm gonna go there next.
Yeah, I actually, I mean, I love singing more.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I mean, because I actually found out I could sing before I found out I could draw.
Really?
Yeah.
Really? Because it was early when you found out you could draw.
Yeah. It was early. I mean, because I'm in a family full of singers. So just hearing my mom and my auntie or whatever be in the car and her friends singing. My mom was like the most amazing voice that ever came out of Central State. You know what I'm saying? I used to go up there all the time and just see her, and like we'd be in the car singing. And was in a kids choir, and I'm like, oh damn, I really got a little voice on me.
Right.
You know what I'm
saying? I've heard you sing. I want to say I heard you on your Snap, and you do sound good.
Appreciate you.
Yeah, for sure, you do sound good. I didn't, and not until right now though did I know that was something that you took serious. I thought you just on Snapchat just singing, like you just feeling it and you just go sing. I didn't know that you sing like that for real.
Yeah. I love singing, man. I got a scholarship to Central State for singing. Sung at my high school graduation. Almost got a deal with Universal in 2009. Like, singing is my shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
do you look to pursue that and like to keep going after that dream?
Because I love singing more than actual painting. It's not something that I'm looking forward to like sustain a life with. You know, I want to do music strictly off the art of music and not for monetary situations. Granted, I know I probably get some money from it or whatever, and not saying that I would do a song and shit wouldn't get big and I wouldn't get rich off. I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying my goal is not to be a singer, artist. You know what I'm saying?
You're doing it strictly for love.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And like, I mean, I'm doing art heavy right now because it's like, I mean, when I was doing singing, it's like, that shit ain't paying the bills.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Art paying the bills. This shit make more sense. Like I can sing later, and that's that's one of the reasons why I don't even want to say it right now. I say it a little later.
Okay, let me ask you this. Because I know there was a time that you had a 9 to 5.
Mm-hmm.
How did you decide to scrap that and say, you know what, I'm going straight entrepreneur, I'm going to do it myself? How did you decide? Because it takes a very brave person and a strong belief in yourself to do that, which I'm so glad that you have, because you should have it. And but how did that come about? How did that come about?
I think it was a process, really, man. Mm-hmm. I was a person that like hated getting up and going to a job for real. Like I hated ever since every job I ever had was like, bro, I can do this shit with the ease, but I don't want to do this shit. Right. I do so much things where why can't I get paid off of one of these talents I got? Let me go to the NFL or something. Like I don't want to clock in for somebody. But of course, I still had to have these jobs. And the last job I had, like it was a security job, man. I was getting paid minimum wage working at that damn job. Right. I mean, it worked for me because it was a flexible job or whatever, and you know what I'm saying. It was paying my bills, but I was there. I'm trying to think of where I was at the time to where it just made sense. So I was working security at Gateway Men's Homeless Shelter on Gettysburg. I was there for like 2 years. And I'll sit there, I'll be at a desk in the front. All you do is, check on people, buzz people in, whatever. Right. So I'm sitting there, but every day at work, I'll just be drawing. Sitting there, a little pencil, paper, just drawing, because, ain't shit to do. So, and this lady walked in, and, they get donations for a church. Uh-huh. So this lady walks in, they donate some stuff to the homeless shelter, then they leave. Mm-hmm. She comes back in there and, like, comes directly up to me and was like, you're not going to be here long. I'm like, all right. And she was like, God told me to tell you that you're not going to be here long.
Oh, man.
I was like, oh, okay. But the way my brain works sometimes, I'll be like, when she told me that, I was like, oh, okay, God got me. So now I'm just waiting on God to take me up out this motherfucker. Right. You know what I'm saying? Right. And it was like, I think she said something like 6 months or something like that. Mm-hmm. And I think 6 months came, 7 months came, 8 months came. I'm like, bro, this lady came in and said, God said I wasn't going to be here longer than 6 months. Why the hell I'm still here? Right. But I just took that as, well, shit, let me wait these 6 months for God to move me. But it's like, nah, nigga, you got to be.
Yeah, you got to do.
Yeah, you got to be moved. You know what I'm saying? Doing some stuff. Yeah. So I was out of there in like 8 months, but I transferred to a different location. Okay. And I went to the Right Health building down by UD, and I was sitting there basically doing the same thing. And I start getting more orders. Mm-hmm. But because I got to be at this job 8 hours a day, like I'm getting backed up. I'm getting backed up. And if you came to me for some work, you'd be like, bro, I need to, like, what's your turnaround time? And I'd be like, probably about 2.5 months. Right. But that's just because I'm working this job. But then there was like so many people asked me that, and I'm like, well, damn, if I wasn't working this job, the shit that I'm saying it'd be 2 months, I can do that shit in 2 weeks. Right. And then just, you know what I'm saying, keep doing it. And then it just made sense for me. And ever since my brain just was like, man, you can make what you making on this job by selling artwork. I mean, because I was making minimum wage. It wasn't like I was just getting balled. I'm like, man, if I can't sell pictures to do this. But my attitude was, like I said, I hated working jobs. Like, I show up, but like my attitude specifically for that job was like, man, my car broke down. I had to ride my bike to work. Like, I was thugging it out. Like, through the wintertime, I was riding a pedal bike to work type shit. Getting to work, sweaty than a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Chicks coming in cute. I'm sitting there stanking with a damn security uniform on. So, like, just all of that mixed with me not even want to work a job. So now I'm the first person you see when you come in the building. Right. So I'll be sitting there with people, old ladies. Hey, I'll be like, don't want to be here. So I noticed my own energy, like,
your energy was off.
Yeah, like, I'm the first thing people see when they come in this building, and, like, I'm just giving them I don't want to be here energy, bro. Like, let me not be here. You know what I'm saying? And I just quit that job.
And you just walk out, like, on some quit, or you You let them know? Like,
nah, I let them know.
Okay.
Yeah, I let them know for sure. Like, my job always fucked with me for sure.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They knew I was an artist. They knew everything I had going on. So
Right.
they supported me too. So when I told them that I was leaving, it was what it was.
Yeah, and you never looked back and went to another 9 to 5%.
I mean, so of course, as a business owner, sometimes it'd be like, bro, this shit is hard. Like, my pockets ain't doing what they supposed to do.
Right.
Let me go. But then every time I get that mode, it'd be like, nah, fuck it, thug it out.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Thug it out.
Right. Let me see. Let me ask you this, man. When you left there, did you envision or know that you would end up with your own studio like you have now?
Man, wasn't even in the plans, honestly. I quit that job February 2019. I got my gallery October 2019.
Okay.
Same year.
Okay.
Like, say, so just imagine me working a minimum wage job earlier that year, then quitting it. Now I got my own art gallery.
Yeah. You know what? When I think about it, it did seem to happen. Because I remember, I don't know if you remember, but I can remember, I think we was at here at your cousin's house. And I remember when you said that you would get ready to forget this working. Like, you about to just, you know what I'm saying, do your art thing. And so that happened. And the next thing you know, I was coming down to the studio for something like, this thing got an art gallery. You know what I mean? Like, quick. So, it happened that fast. Huh?
Yeah. Shit. It was 6 months that guy was talking about.
Yeah. Nah, for real, man. For real.
For that work in.
It's crazy how he can speak to you, though, man. And, like him sending that lady back in was just like sending one of his angels to come give you a message real quick. And you sat still. They say you got to sit still sometime. You sat still, but when it was time to move, you moved, and he started positioning you where he wants you to be at, man. So that's awesome, man. That's a great story to tell people, to inspire people. What would you tell somebody who actually who really does believe in themselves, but they got to go to this job and they really feel like they can't, you know? What would you tell them to help maybe push them out the doors of that job and on to following their dream? Because it's scary for a lot of people.
For sure. Like, stick it out till it makes sense for you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I don't think nobody really wants to work a job, but like, if you just quit that motherfucker, is it gonna make sense for you? Mine's made sense because I had orders backed up.
Right.
So I just analyzed it like, well, shit, 1 + 1 is 2. If I quit this job, I can do more orders.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
I'm losing money. You're going to get the same money at very least that I was getting and possibly make more.
Yeah. So, just make sure you make that shit make sense for sure. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't do it too early to where it's like, damn. Or don't not have a plan to where it's like, damn, like, I only had like 2 months worth of cash put up from this job, and now I gotta go back because it ain't work out. It's like, nah, make sure you got your ducks in a row because it's gonna be hard.
Right.
It's gonna be hard, man. Like, I mean, and especially with what I do, art. You know what I'm saying? Like, art is not something people have to buy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, at all.
You're not providing a necessity.
No, not at all. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, like, I gotta work extra hard to get you to want to buy what I got. You know what I'm saying? And that's difficult. So you really gotta have that drive, for sure, and just that will to not want to fail, man. You want to be better than, you know what I'm saying? Like, and all the time I sit here and be like, man, right now it's a young nigga that got $1 million check doing something stupid right now. Right. 2 of them, 3 of them, just right now, just got some bread. And it's like, bro, what am I doing?
Yeah, why can't it be me?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I ain't even doing nothing stupid. You know what I'm saying? So no, I feel that. Have you? I know you have, like, from the first one to what you got coming up, like, talk about like your art shows and things that you do, events that you throw.
Oh man, I've been throwing events for about 10 years now, man. My first art show started because, man, I was fucking selling weed and my car went down. Living out in Trotwood with nobody, I mean, shit, you know how niggas think Trotwood is hella far. Like, bro, I'm not coming out there for no, you know what I'm saying? Like, no bag. So I'm like, damn. So I'll be sitting in my room, man, just I found like a little watercolor kit that I had from college. Found a little watercolor kit. Just start painting little pictures. I'm like, oh shit, I still got it. Like, it ain't went nowhere. So I think I ended up doing like close to 40 pictures. I'm like, bro, I got enough work to do an art show. Did an art show. That was only supposed to be my first art show.
Right.
And the art show was so crazy because at the time, so with me and art, I've never seen nobody look like me doing art coming up.
Right.
Like, never until I got to college. Okay. So with doing art, I never had like a template of what an art show's supposed to be. Like, granted, I mean, I think I've probably seen some on TV where it's like you're in white rooms, white walls, and there's art hanging, people bougie, sipping wine, and you know what I'm saying? Like, you know how it go, and which is cool. I'm not knocking that.
Yeah, no, but that's what you typically see.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I did a show, I had a live band, I had poets, I had auctions, I had wine and cheese tastings, you know what I'm saying, raffles. It was so many things that was going on to where people that was there was like, bro, what the fuck is this, bro? Like, we've never been to one of these, you know what I'm saying? Like, hey, sir, when is the next? I'm on stage doing an auction, yo, like, and they like, yo, when is the next one? I'm up there like, shit. Next month? Baby, you know what I'm saying? Like, so they like, bet. So after we left, I'm like, fuck, I gotta do some work. Cause like those 40 pictures, like, it wasn't a month worth of work. That shit took me like 3, 4, 5 months to do that. You know what I'm saying? So then now I'm like, damn, I told them I was gonna do one next month. Now I gotta hurry up and bust out some pictures. Yeah. So that one I just made it easier on myself by doing a few pictures, but then I featured other artists in there, so I didn't have to do
all those pictures.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, all right, maybe I got 5 or 10 of them, and everybody got this many to where it's a bigger show. And then, man, I did about 5 or 6 shows within the span of a year and a half. Okay. And talking about it wasn't nobody doing that around the city of Dayton at all. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Then I end up taking a break, and then now we here. You know what I'm saying? Like for the new one, man. And then this one wasn't even really supposed to come this quick for real. I really didn't even plan this, but my mentor actually opened up his art gallery this year. Okay. And I was at his space, and we was just talking, and he like, I want you to be the next person to showcase in here. And I'm like, okay. Damn, I wasn't even planning on doing a show this year. Right. So he just gave me the opportunity and a platform, and I'm like, fuck it, I'm going to do it. Like, because the actual show that I'm doing, I actually wanted to do that at the Contemporary downtown. But when I applied for it, I want to say they had a waiting list of 2 years. So I'm like, all right, cool. I'll be ready in 2 years as far as what I want to do for this show. I'll be ready. You know what I'm saying? And then when this opportunity came up, I was like, you know what? I'm going to do that show now. Right. And it'll mean more to me just because of where it's at. It's in my mentor's gallery, and it's on the west side of Dayton. Right. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, the subject matter of the show only makes sense to being right here where it's at. You know what I'm saying? And that landed us here, man. Dead Roses.
That's what it's called.
Yep.
Dead
Roses.
When to give them the date.
July 23rd.
July 23rd.
Yes, sir.
It's coming. It's coming. That's gonna be dope. How can they get involved or just come to the spot? Where's the spot at?
Right Dunbar District, right across from West Social, right next to Wright Pad and Bing Davis's art gallery. Okay. It's called Black Palette Art Gallery.
Black Palette Art Gallery.
Yes, sir.
Man, that's real dope. You did this a mural down by the Bass on Germantown. You did that on that wall. What inspired you to do that?
I actually did 2 on Germantown. That one specifically, I'm trying to think who sent me the information, man. One of my guys, Brian Stewart, had sent me the application. And I looked at the application, and at the time, I had so much going on. I think when he sent it to me, like the due or the deadline for the application was like in a couple days. Right. So I'm like, bro, I can't come up with no design in a couple, like for no mural, you know what I'm saying? Right. So I just didn't apply for it. like a month or two went past, and he hit me again, like, you apply for the Mural. I'm like, bro, the deadline passed. He like, bro, you cool, bro. Like, still put it in. And I'm like, bro, you sure? He like, yeah. So I started working on it. And they accepted my application. So they like, all right, cool. You know what I'm saying? We messed with the design. And I don't know if because of the application process was like so difficult to like the average person.
Right.
Because I went to school for graphic design. So it's like so many different things that they were asking for in the application that I'm sure that the average person didn't understand. Or you know what I'm saying? Like, so I think they probably only got like 1 or 2 applications. So I think probably like the next year, they started the application process again, but they kind of like minimized the criteria for it. Because they like, oh, damn, we see it ain't a lot of professional. You know what I'm saying? If it's just criteria. So we end up having a meeting at the library on Germantown. There's probably like 40 people in this. I'm talking about a lot of people that I know do some dope art. You know what I'm saying? That's in this room. But the meeting, like, since I already had my design a whole year ago, I brought my design to the meeting. So it was another dude who brought did a design, but he didn't bring his.
So you couldn't even see his that nothing compared to.
I'm my own person, so I brought mine, passing around the room. Everybody like, bro, I like this. I'm like, I mean, I'm not. This is just what I did last year. Now the whole idea of what this mural is supposed to be has changed in this year. Yeah. So even in the meetings, they trying to make it a community mural. They want to bring the kids involved and all this, and I'm like, all right, cool. I'm fine. I ain't a selfish person, but I'm fine. I'll work with it, but I wasn't thinking of it being my design at this point. I'm just like, we coming up with something as a collective for the community because that's what y'all turn it into. Fine. So then, I want to say probably like a week or two later, the lady over the situation had emailed me like, hey, you want to meet so we could go over your design? I was like, yeah. She sat down. We sat down at Starbucks on Brown Street. Man, and she literally gave me every mural. It was 4 murals on Germantown. It was called the Germantown Mural Project. She literally gave me the option for all 4 murals. And I'm sitting here like, damn, she just like, man, wasn't nobody else prepared like you. You know what I'm saying? Like, you prepared. And I was like, all right. So I chose the one that I did. She was like, you can do them all if you want to. I'm like, I can't do all the murals at the same time. You know what I'm saying? So, who the rest of y'all who did these murals, shout out to me because I got y'all more money. We sitting in a meeting and she showed me a number, and like, which was a good number, but I'm just always don't always go for the first number. You know what I'm saying? So she showed me the number, and I'm like, this was right after the tornado that happened. You know what I'm saying? So like, it was a lot going on, and I'm like, man, there's so much going on. A tornado just happened. My car went down. My grandparents' house got messed up a little bit, and like, we just talking about different things. And she like, well, we can give you this, and I'm like, that sounds a little bit more better. But in my head, I'm like, I would have went with the first number. For real. But, you know what I'm saying? But then the number we ended up selling it on went for all of the murals. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so I'm like, yo, y'all.
Shout out to them for that.
Yeah.
You definitely got them more money there. Because you took the first one, that's what you would have gave them too.
So I ended up doing the second one with another artist named Jamal Durr. We did Westside Market together. And then the other one, I threw the alley-oop to my ex-girlfriend and another artist, Dave Scott. So yeah, they got the other 2.
Well, that's what's up.
Yeah, I ain't a selfish person at all.
That's
bro.
Good. That's good. I mean, man, listen, that's just more blessings coming your way. Blessing people, it brings blessings to you. So I think that's dope that you did that. Because you could have took all 4 of them and just been like, I'm the man.
Nah, good have been up.
Right. But nah, that's what's up.
Yeah, it's all good.
I remember a while ago, you spoke. I forget why we was talking about it, but I found out that you did the illustrations for a children's book. Have you done more than one? Or?
Man, I did like 5 or 6 of them, man.
Yeah. That's dope. How does that process work? Or how did they? Did you find the person, the author, or did they come looking for you?
Every last one of them came looking for me.
Really?
Yeah, every last one of them. The first one, shout out to Constance from Cleveland, man. It was called The Adventures of Kimmy. And it was about her niece who actually was like a little cheerleader for the Cleveland Cavaliers. And I did that whole book based on her. And
is that the little girl from the Jeezy concert?
Yes, yep.
Yeah. That's how we started talking about it. Because that girl, I think Ho brought on stage, did something with her, and you knew who she was, and that's how we talked about it. Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. So they reached out to you. Then what's the other ones?
Another one called Mommy and Me from a girl here, Nia Parks. Man, an old man that worked at my job, security job. He was actually the security guard who relieved me. You know what I'm saying? From the
day program or whatever. What's it called?
From the right Dunbar. Not right Dunbar. From the right right health building.
Yeah, okay.
The right health building.
Okay.
Yeah, he was a guy that come in after me. Old dude, man. He wrote a book, and it was a picture of a little girl standing on the porch holding a shotgun with a Bible in her hand. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was a dope cover for real. Like, but I honestly think that was a book that he was just trying to get done, and I don't even think he mass produced it at all.
Really?
Yeah, like he came in and he gave me a copy of it, and I'm like, well, where can we buy them, man?
Pushed it out there.
Yeah, I don't think he pushed them out at all.
That's interesting.
But yeah, man. I mean, I think all of them are on Amazon except for that one.
So do you get royalties or anything for that?
I could have, but I that's not how I did the contract at the time. It was just straight, just pay me for it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
My illustrations for real.
Right. Okay. Yeah, well, that's dope, man. Let me ask you this, because I've seen your work, obviously. I know it's not just on canvas, because you put your prints on your shirts and stuff like that too.
Yes, sir.
How is that going with the merch? With your merch for Art Has No Rules. We never even said that.
Yeah.
That is what your brand is.
Yeah.
Art Has No Rules. I love that too. How is that going though?
Oh, it's going great.
Yeah,
it's going great. I love it, man. And I'm actually in a transition of creating work specifically for shirts, and not like it's not a picture of that you got on my wall. It's like, nah, this is for a shirt.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that translates a lot better because people come in my gallery all the time and love my work. But everybody don't have $5,000 and $10,000 for such pay, but you got $30, $40 for a shirt.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I try to at least accommodate, you know what I'm saying, people or whatever for
I'm glad you said that too, because I wanted to get to the pricing. I kind of jumping around, but how do you decide on the prices for someone? Because it takes your time and effort to do that. I mean, like, I'm sure the size of it matters, right? I'm sure the size of it matters, but is it the just the detail in it or whatever? You know, that's how you determine how much, if it's gonna be $100, if it's gonna be $1,000.
Yeah, detail and subject matter for real, because I mean, size matters a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Because I got giant pictures in my gallery that's $800, and I got pictures that's smaller than that picture that's $2,500.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? $5,000.
So because it was more details.
Right.
It took more time to do that smaller one. Okay. I understand.
Yeah. And it's pictures that I got in my gallery that took me 6 years to do, man. You know what I'm saying? And it wasn't like 6 years straight, it's just off and on.
Coming back to it.
So with that, it's like, you at that point you can't pay me for my time because it took this. Like, they be like, bro, how many hours did you clock on this picture? I'll be like, okay, I don't know, bro. It was 6 years worth of hours. Like, what you mean?
Oh, man.
You know what I'm saying? Like
4,000.
Yeah, bro. But like, I mean, pricing like that varies, man. Like with all artists, because I mean, just like another artist can't sell these at my price point because maybe they don't have a following that I have, or the name that I have, or the resume that I have. Like it's different. You know what I'm saying? Tiers to it, man. I got artwork in 35 of the 50 states, 4 different countries, and about 8 celebrities. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, and so the price comes along with, bro, now you paying for my name at this point. Like, I've done this for Young Jeezy. I've done this for Young Thug. So it's like, you paying for that at this point. Like, people buying Picasso's because of his name.
Right, yeah.
Not because of the work is so amazing. It's
Right.
that name that
Right.
they buying it for.
Yeah,
So
yeah. And so you know your worth and you're going to get what you owe. I feel that.
Yeah.
I seen, because you just mentioned this with the celebrities, and I was definitely going to go here because I thought it was such a dope moment when I seen you present that picture to Jeezy. Is that a picture of him and his mom?
Yeah, yep.
That was super dope because he was here at one of our clubs or something, right?
Mm-hmm.
How was that for you? Like, how was that moment for you?
Bro, that was amazing, bro.
Yeah.
Like, those be the moments that I champion, for
Yeah.
real. Because, like, it's like, I've been on, like, just a kick of art, like, visual artists being the most disrespected out of the craft. Because, like, people, like, everybody has done art in their life.
Right.
So everybody feels like they can do it. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
so I tell people all the time, like, if you do it, like, make sure you give it to that person. Make sure you meet that person. Man, there was so many people that was trying to stop me from being the actual person to give Jeezy that picture.
Really?
Like, it was crazy. You know what I'm saying?
You trying to get to him, like, I'll give it to him.
Yeah,
right?
and they like, nah, hand it to me and all this and this and that. And I'm like, no, bro, I'm not. No, I have to do it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Then and they seen how hard I was. Like, going like, no, bro, I'm not giving you this picture, bro. Like,
Right.
I'm giving it to him or motherfucker not getting it.
Right,
Like,
right, yeah, period.
it's
Real,
going
yeah.
home with me type
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
And they seen the passion and they like, all right, man. Like, so Jeezy actually, I'm standing by the stage.
Mm-hmm.
So Jeezy actually, he get finished with his set and he about to leave. So he's standing at the top of the stage, and at this point, like, I'm like right at the bottom of the stairs.
Mm-hmm.
Got the picture like this.
Mhm.
Jeezy looking from top of the stairs down,
Mhm.
and he like, bro, who did this? He was looking at his crew,
Right.
and was like, man, who the hell did this, man?
Right.
And I'm standing at the bottom of the stage
Mhm.
with the picture like this, just looking at him like, me, nigga, what you
Right.
mean? I'm holding the picture,
Right,
type
right,
shit,
right,
you know what I'm
right.
saying? So he comes down the stage, and this is why, like I said, I champion every artist to be the person who gives their work to that person.
Right,
Because you
right.
can't, like, get that energy from nowhere else.
Right.
So he comes down the stage, shakes my hand, and pulls me close and like, bro, this the realest shit somebody ever did for me. And I'm like, damn.
Ooh.
And he like, nah, for
Man,
real,
you know how
bro.
many niggas probably done gifted that nigga watches and chains and all of that, and he hit you with that.
Bro, so,
Probably done gave me bags of money before. I'm
bro,
sure.
so in that moment, I'm like, bro, that shit low-key gave me goosebumps. And he look at me again and like, nah, bro, this is going on a plane with me, bro.
Right.
So I'm like, damn, like, how many artists get shit and just throw it in the trash or like,
Right.
don't bring it with them? He
Right.
like, bro, this is going on a plane with me. I'm like, damn, good looking, bro. Was salty because I was rushing. Of course I signed it, but I didn't put my information on the back. I was supposed to put a business card in the back. Didn't do that. None of this shit.
Right,
Like,
right.
damn. So we took the picture. He took a picture with me, whatever. Everything was cool. So Jeezy has an account to where you can't tag him in nothing.
Mhm.
Like, at all. That shit is gray. You can't tag him in nothing.
Right.
So the next day, I go to post a picture, you know what I'm saying? Trying to tag him in it, can't tag him in the picture, whatever.
Right.
So I'm like, all right, I post a picture. Probably like 2 hours later, I get a notification, Jeezy commented on your post. So when I seen it, I'm like, how did he find me?
Right, right.
What the?
right.
I couldn't even tag him in the picture.
Right.
So he comments the same exact shit. Bro, this is the realest shit somebody ever gave me.
Right.
So when he said that again, I'm like, it hit me even deeper because I'm like, you told me that to my face.
Yeah, he
but
could have left it there. But
to come back and double down
Mhm.
on my
And-
post.
and let essentially let the world know that this is the realest shit anybody ever gave me. That had to feel amazing.
So look, no, that shit felt amazing, bro. So I was in this period of time to where, you know, like, my finances ain't good. Like, none of this shit is like, I mean, ups and downs a bit for the business, you know what I'm saying, or whatever. But I'm in a period to where I was doing so many things, and I'm telling my bro, like, I know the period in my life, and this is my sow seed season.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'm going to reap the benefits from all of that shit later. I just got to
Right.
sow as many seeds as I can right now.
Right.
So fast forward 6 to 8 months later,
Mhm.
Mother's Day comes around.
Uh-huh.
Wake up on Mother's Day, Jeezy tags you in a post. Go to my Instagram. The only picture Jeezy posted on Mother's Day was the picture that I gave him of him and his mother.
Man, that's,
So I'm like, bro, what the fuck?
yeah.
I'm bro, we locked in forever. You know what I'm saying? Out of all of these pictures you could have posted of your moms, you posted this one and tagged me in it. You know what I'm saying? Like, dope, that shit was major, bro. And I'm like, yeah, bro. Like, that's something that he's going to remember for the rest of his life. And it ain't like I'm just sitting here in his inbox every other day asking him for shit or none of this shit. It's like, all right, you know what?
It was a real genuine thing that you did for him. He probably felt that, man. I mean, that, I can imagine that's the realest shit anybody ever did for him.
Yeah,
I seen that and I thought it was like, that's fire. I thought that shit was so. I was so, I guess, you know, proud and just happy for you. You know what I'm saying? When I seen it, like, that's my nigga. You know what I'm saying? That's what's up. I really love that, man. Yeah. How you said about celebrities, and then we went into talking about the Jeezy. You got some other celebrities that have some of your work?
Young Thug was the first one.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I got to Young Thug back in 2014.
Okay.
And that was really what made me be like, damn, hold on, let me, cause I got the Young Thug back when I was still, I was painting at the time, but I was in DC. Mm-hmm. And the picture that I did it when I was out in DC. I went to Michael's, got a pad and pencil, and just drew it. So it wasn't like, I don't feel like it was my best work, because I think I did it in like a couple days. I ended up winning a contest and ended up meeting his branding manager. We still locked in to this day or whatever. And she wanted to work with me and my whole team. Like, yo, I want to be your manager. Like, what you got? And this was around when I threw my first art show. So like I said, like my sister was in a band, you know what I'm saying? Like my partner did rap. So they like, we want everything you got to offer. You know what I'm saying? Type shit. Then me and my partner like fell out and shit didn't go how I planned, but we was still cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, get on Instagram one day, Young Thug doing a video and got my picture like right in the back. And it's crazy because he posted that, he put that picture there on purpose because he was in his kitchen. And just had it leaning up against like the wall in the back, and I'm like, bro, that ain't where that picture was at. You feel like you put that purposely for this video, and like his manager like just kept on sending me pictures of her in his living room with the picture. Like, look, I got all of these pictures in my phone right now, sitting there with the picture under his TV, like, and they're watching TV, and the picture sitting right there. And she texts me like, yo, Young Thug said this was his favorite picture ever. And I'm like, man, that's so what dope, the bro. Fuck? Yeah, that's dope, man. Listen, man. God, boy, that's cool shit. Yeah, and the rest of them, like, really cool shit. Marshawn Lattimore reached out to me on Instagram. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy because he was on my website. He was on my website for a minute, and he DM'd me screenshots from my website. Like, bro, I want this picture. And I'm like, bro, what the fuck? I'm like, all right, you know what I'm saying? So he ended up buying the pictures or whatever. You know, I shipped it to him, and then probably like, cause this was right before he went to the NFL. He ain't even played in the NFL yet. So I'm like, what the fuck? I know you just got drafted to the Saints, but damn. So he got them 2 pictures. So then that year, he ended up winning Defensive Rookie of the Year, and I was like, oh, this hard. Like, and I got to you before you won Defensive Rookie of the Year. And he sought you out, though. Man, for sure. So then, after he won Defensive Rookie of the Year, he doubled back to me like, bro, I need you to paint a picture. No, I did the, I don't know if you remember the movie scene that I did from City of Gods. There was 3 people in there, and 2 dudes shaking a hand. I did that picture. That was a commission specifically for him. Yeah, like he hit me up like, yo, I want this picture. And I'm like, all right, cool. You know what I'm saying? I did it for her. That's probably one of my best pictures to this day. You know what I'm saying? Is that picture. Sent it to him. You know, he shouted me out on his Instagram and everything. And I'm like, damn, that's love when, you know, they're commissioning you to do special shit. So then probably 6 months later, his cousin had died. And like my Peanut be like, bro, God is the greatest poet ever, which he is. His cousin is named Dayton. You know what I'm saying? And he hit me like, bro, I need you to do a picture of my cousin named Dayton. And he sent me the picture, and I'm like, that's crazy because I live in Dayton. That's wild. You feel me? So I did the picture, and he like, can you put a little extra on the background? So I put a little extra on the background, and he like, bro, hold on, man. This ain't the same. I'm like, it's the same picture, bro. Like, cause the first picture, it was just him with his hands up, you know what I'm saying, doing this, and I just put like a gold square around it. And he was like, can you like put him in some clouds? So I put him in some clouds, and this man thought I painted a whole new picture, bro. Because he like, bro, this shit is so amazing. How did you do? I'm like, bro, it's the same picture, bro. I just added the background to it. He like, oh, nah, bro. So he shouted me out again.
How easy it is, you like everybody else like, what the fuck is, how did you do that shit?
That's what I'm saying. Like, and I for so long I was taking it for granted. You feel me? Like,
nah,
for sure.
Yeah, that's dope, man. So let me ask you, do you have? I know you said that the City of God's picture is probably your best, one of your best.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite?
Oh man, I get asked that so many times, man.
It ain't the Nipsey sitting in front of the mask.
It was for a minute.
So hard,
it was for a minute, man. Nipsey's homeboy was supposed to buy that, man. It was like a few people that was supposed to buy that. And I sent them invoices for it and everything. I pictured 10 bands, sent them invoices for it and everything, and they just never bought it. And they hit me back like, I'm gonna get it next month. I'm like, all right, bro. And, you know what I'm saying? Never end up getting it. And it's, you know, of course, it's still on the wall. That's one of my favorites. Okay. The one I was talking about earlier that it took me roughly 6 years to paint. That's one of my favorites.
Which one? What's that of?
It's called God's Favorite Flavor, and it's just a picture of a black woman in carnival outfit or whatever, with her head turned, with light shining on her, got all these jewels on and stuff. Like, that's probably one of my favorites because of the detail in it and how long it took me to do for real. You know what I'm saying? Definitely put that work in, don't it? But I try not to get attached to my work though, because I mean that shit could be gone at any minute.
Right, you can sell it, like you keep it in, so don't get too attached. What I can imagine that. What about it's one Hove in a drop top.
Oh man, that's hard.
Yeah.
Funny story about that, right? So I did that picture, and I did that for somebody here in Dayton, because if you look at it, he got a Dayton Dragons hat on. I think in the original he had on, I think it was a Boston hat or something like that, and I put a Dayton Dragons hat on him. Went to go get a print made of it. When I went to go get a print made of it, they wouldn't release it to me because they like, you have to sign a form or get a signature because this picture is copywritten. It's a copywritten picture or whatever. And I'm like, bro, I painted this picture. You know what I'm saying? Because obviously it was a picture that I copied from. You know what I'm saying?
But
like,
this is your work though.
Yeah, but of course I made edits to it. He got on the Dayton Dragons hat and some different stuff in the background.
So now that really makes it yours.
You know what I'm saying? And my signature in it. So she looking like, you really painted this? I'm like, yeah. She like, nah, bro. We like, when people get pictures of famous people printed, like they gotta sign a release form because it's. And I'm like, no, this is my artwork. Then she unrolled it, seeing my name in it. I pointed out the Dayton Dragons hat, all the things, and she was like, damn, this is your work.
Right.
And she ended up giving it to me, and I got this whole thing on film, bro. Because I'm just sitting here like, bro, like I gotta sign a release form to get my own work, but then in that moment, I'm like, that just means I'm good then. If you think my shit looks exactly like the picture. Like, that shit was crazy, bro.
Hey, no, that's hard though. That's hard as hell. Have you ever been criticized about any of your work, and it affected you in any kind of way? Like it bothered you that somebody had something to say, whether it be like a mistake you made in it, or maybe you saw something like you thought it was a mistake, or maybe it was something that family didn't approve of, or anything like that?
Not that made me feel some type of way. I mean, you know, my granddad's a pastor. He walked in my gallery one day, man, and it's like at the time I had an art show called the Sebastian Collection, which was you know, my homage to black women in different, you know what I'm saying, ethnicities and different things. I mean, different cultures. So I want to say I didn't have nobody naked. I had like Keisha and, you know what I'm saying, pictures like that, like sexy pictures.
When she laid in the bed, it's so cold, bro.
Thank you, bro.
Oh, I love that picture.
Well, my granddaddy walks in and he was like, bro, you got all these naked women on your wall, bro? I'm like, bro, I got like 60 pictures in here and only 2 of them show skin, and you talking about all I'm painting is naked women.
That's the one you go to first.
That's the one you like, it ain't made me feel some type of way. I'm just like, granddaddy, you all right, bro. You too churchy. But it was even I did a show in Cincinnati probably like 2 weeks ago, and I bleached one of my images on a shirt that I had painted for my Sebastian collection. So the lady like, bro, I love this shirt. I'm like, yeah, it's a painting that I actually done before, and I showed her the painting, and she looked me dead in my face, and she was like, I don't like the painting, and I was like, okay. She like, I like the shirt. If the painting looked like the shirt, I would like it. And in my head, I'm like, it looks the exact same. The only difference is the shirt is black, and the background on the painting is like a reddish, you know what I'm saying, burgundy or something like that. And she was like, well, maybe you need to take a better picture of it, and maybe I like it. I just looked at her like, oh, all right. Okay. Like, it ain't made me feel no type of way, because I'm at a point to where it's like, all right, bro. Like, you don't like it, then you ain't gonna make me tuck my tail and be like, damn, maybe my shit ain't good. Man, get the fuck out of here. You know what I'm saying? But art is subjective, it's though, subjective, bro. Like,
in all forms, art is very subjective.
That's why I call my company Art Has No Rules, man.
No rules, man.
You know what I'm saying?
I love it, man. Art Has No Rules. That is the brand. Do you feel like, man, I don't know if you do. I don't know how you can with some of the stories that you just told. Like, it's like, wow, you got people from here and there, you know what I mean, that know about you and your work. But do you feel like this city, being here in Dayton, and we're from Dayton, Ohio, for those that don't know, do you feel like you get the support that your work deserves?
No.
No?
No, not at all.
Okay.
Not at all.
Okay.
I mean, there's a lot of people that love my work. Loving somebody's work and supporting it is two totally different things. Sure. You know what I'm saying? Sure. Like, but I mean, I tell people all the time, man, if I was in another city, I'd probably be a millionaire by now.
A bigger city?
Yeah, for sure.
What would be your ideal city?
I got a few of them, man. Like, I love Charlotte. Cause they big on black art. You know what I'm saying? Miami for the art scene. All the extra politics and all that stuff I don't like, but just strictly for the art scene. Houston, of course L.A. Because they huge on art and New York. I actually got an art show in New York in Brooklyn on my birthday.
Oh yeah, man, that's super dope.
September 3rd.
Yeah, that's man. Oh yeah. How'd you land that?
Man, this year I just been on a tour, man. For real, I wanted to go on a tour last year with a few different artists that I know, cause it's like I've been on hiatus from creating, but I have a gang of art in my gallery, and I'm like, even though this is old work to me, it's new if I take it to wherever. Sure. You know what I'm saying? So let's go. And wasn't nobody trying to go, and I'm just like, bro, we can cut the cost down. You know what I'm saying? Get the venue together, Airbnb be together, and all that. And wasn't nobody trying to do it, but I'm not one of those people that's gonna wait on people. But we also have, if you're in the art world, it's traveling art shows, the Black Boy art show, the Pancake and Blues, the Trapping Arts and stuff like that, to where you just go, you just find out where they're at, and you know what I'm saying, like hit them up and then go display at their situation, and that's how I got plugged in, man. I've been doing, I done did Cleveland this year, I did Cincinnati twice, I gotta do Kentucky next month, like 3 days after my art show here. I'm doing Kentucky. I was supposed to do one in Atlanta, but they changed the date. I got one, like I said, in Brooklyn, and I was gonna do one in Vegas, Charlotte, and I was gonna end it in Art Basel in Miami. Yeah, so that's one of those things. Like, bro, like I'm trying to get my shit around, bro. You just gotta move around, man.
Well, I mean, as long as you are able to move around like that, I would advise. I don't have to give you this advice to keep moving like that, because it can't do nothing but pay off. Because the work speaks for itself.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Man, you are an extremely dope artist. You know what I mean? I know you do more than just paint. But right now, that's what we got. You know what I'm saying? It's out on the forefront, and I love it. I'll be listening for the music and whenever it come out, man. But so on a serious note, man, I want to thank you for coming on here and blessing the podcast with some of these stories, man. I really appreciate it, man.
No doubt,
really
no doubt. Appreciate you having me, bro.
Yes, sir, man.
Yes, sir.
Tell us how to pronounce it.
Taliaferro Sebastian.
Taliaferro Sebastian, man. And y'all make sure y'all check. First of all, before we go, shout out to Instagram. or wherever you want them to get your website, all that.
Oh man, I'm Art Has No Rules on all platforms. On Instagram, it's official Art Has No Rules, or you can follow me at The Art God, TheEartGod on Instagram. Man, website arthasnorules.com. Make sure you tap in Art Gallery, Art Has No Rules Gallery downtown East 2nd Street in the Front Street Art District, man. So make sure you tap in everything I got going on, man. I do all types of shows, poetry shows, painting sips, man. Yeah. Hey, man, the gallery is a function.
Yeah, for sure. I think it's really dope. Shit is fire. So, man, y'all make sure y'all tap in, man. Treat everybody the way you want to be treated. Keep God first and check for S.Y.S.M. Peace.
Yes, sir.